Hey guys, what's up? We're here with another Minecraft Take It or Leave It mod series thing. Still not quite sure what to call it. This time we are doing the Harken Scythe mod, which is, as you can see, maybe a little bit complex, so this video may go on slightly longer than I had originally hoped. However, complicated mods tend to take a little bit more time to learn and explain. So the point of this mod, or I suppose the summary of this mod, is that you capture the souls and blood of living things, like creatures and mobs, basically. Capture the blood and souls of living mobs and use them for specific purposes, such as creating different blocks and items in the game to either enhance gameplay or simply have a little fun, which is fine. I like that. That's quite fun. So this mod does have quite a few things involved with it, which I will explain starting now. These pots over here, these crucibles, I guess you could call them, are soul crucibles. And so there's two parts to this mod. There's soul and blood, and I suppose you could say they're good and evil, although they aren't, because they're both kind of the same thing. There isn't really a good and evil with this. It's just, it's just red and blue. Both pretty much come out to the same effect, I suppose you could say. So I will explain the soul part of this first, and the thing with that is it creates a bunch of soul capturing things, I guess you could say, that you need. So what you want to do is you want to get these scythes. The glaives are for blood, the scythes are for souls. So you want a scythe, and you can obviously build quite a few different scythes. Okay, a lot of different scythes. To meet whatever purposes you desire. I'm using standard kind of, I guess you could say standard. It's pretty standard iron scythes, which is fine. So what you want to do is you want to oh, that's unfortunate for you. So if you have a living thing around, I could kill all those over there, but I'd prefer to spawn one. If you have a living thing around, you can kill those with the scythe. It acts as a normal weapon. Come here, little piggy. Come here. There you go. But unfortunately, you don't get the soul like that. What you do is you right-click and charge it up and hold. You right-click and hold to charge the scythe up, and you reap the piggy. And what you get is a little soul gem here. I guess you could say a soul gem. And what you do with the soul gem is you grab yourself an empty vessel. Essence vessel. Empty essence vessel, and you grab the soul with it. Now, since I'm in creative mode, it gives me all 40 souls. However, that only is one soul that it dropped. Some mobs will drop more souls than others, and there is a whole like new moon kind of mechanic with that, which mobs are more during the new moon. The mobs are tougher, but they drop more souls. So that is the thing. So you basically fill up these soul vessels with souls, and what you do with the soul vessels is you build a soul crucible and an altar of souls, and you put the soul crucible near the altar of souls. It has to be exactly one block away from the soul crucible, or from the altar of souls, in order for it to use it. So the maximum number of souls you can have is 800. So the soul pedestal thing will take the souls from the soul crucible, and you fill up these soul crucibles by taking the soul vessels and right-clicking them and adding the souls in until they are full. Now, again, the maximum you can have is 800 souls. That is, all of these are completely filled with 800 total souls. And once again, you cannot have like a soul crucible here, or you can't have them out here. They have to be exactly one block away. And I guess in the case of these ones, 1.5 blocks, 2 blocks, I don't know. But they have to be in a square around it, basically. It's like a bookshelf. So what you want to do is you want to take, say, a scythe, I guess, and you want to augment your scythe with 50 souls, because why the hell not? So you can augment different things with souls, like, say, for example, wool. You could have wool, and if you put a normal piece of wool into the soul altar of souls, you get a special kind of wool, which is like a soul weave cloth. That is what it's called. And you use the soul weave cloth to make this armor set called the soul weave set, I think it is called. Soul weave stuff. And the reason you want these is because now you can drink your souls from the soul vessel. And what that will do is that will give you hunger, but it will also give you a random effect. So a random good effect. So in this case, I think I have increased mining. So, or maybe it's a random good or a bad effect. I'm not quite sure. So I get increased mining from that. If you didn't have this soul cloth on and you attempted to drink your souls from the soul vessel, you would get hunger and and you would take damage. You get a damage effect on your character. So that is unfortunate. So you can do that. Now, what you could also do is you can put iron ingots into the soul thing, infuse the iron ingots, and you get living metal ingots. Now, what you do with the living metal ingots is you make yourself a nice armor set out of the living metal ingots as well, and you can make standard tools and the scythe out of living metal ingots as well. And what that does is whenever you collect a soul, so whenever you take a pig and you collect a soul from that, it will mine. Okay, hang on. Mine. When you get a soul from say a piggy, then what you get is you get these repaired. So these will automatically repair themselves, and the tools as well will automatically repair themselves when you take a soul from a living thing. So that is nice. So I will put my standard diamond stuff on because it looks cool, because why the hell not? And what you can also do with the living metal ingots is you can turn them into blocks via the standard block crafting system. So you have 9 living metal ingots into a crafting table, and you create a living metal block. Now there's a point to having these blocks, because otherwise you wouldn't do it, because who the hell creates blocks, really? Who does that? So what you want to do is you probably want to create a living metal block. So the point of these blocks is to, when you stand on one of the blocks, you instantly start healing a lot faster. So if you are low on food and you're low on life, or you're just low on life and you want to heal quickly, you stand on one of these blocks. You don't have to have a huge pad like this. You can just have one block. So you stand on that block, or you stand on a large pad of these blocks, and you start healing very quickly. So that is a reason to do that. So keep that in mind, because that is actually a good reason to have something like that. So I mean, aside from the fact that it looks pretty impressive to have this kind of setup here, just saying. So another thing you can do with these souls is you can make amulets and talismans. Now, what the amulets do is the overworld amulet will teleport you back to your head, to your head. Yes, teleport you back to your head. It will teleport you back to your spawn, or to your bed, or to the spawn, but only in the overworld. So the Nether amulet will teleport you back to your bed or spawn in the overworld, but only from the Nether. And the ethereal will teleport you back from to your bed or spawn from either the overworld or the Nether. And I believe it works in the end as well. I think ? I don't know. So you can also create the talismans and ethereal talismans. So the talisman will resurrect you with all your experience and your items. So if you don't have keep inventory on, and you don't have the keep experience on, you can carry one of these around you, and if you die, it will break, but it will also resurrect you. So the same thing with this, but it will take 5 resurrections. It will break after it resurrects you 5 times. So each one of these, as you can see, costs like 5 souls and 10 blood, 5 souls and 10 blood, or 10 souls and 20 blood, yada yada. So the thing is you'd have to have like, it will take souls out of your soul vessel and blood out of your blood vessel, which I'll explain how to get the blood vessel. It's quite similar to the soul vessel, the blood vessel. So it'll take souls and blood in order to do that. However, if you wanted to, say, attune your talisman, for example, to take only souls, it will now see that attune, it'll take 20 souls to attune it. After you attune it to souls, it will cost 30 souls to resurrect you, but it won't take any blood. So if you have like, if you're only focusing on souls or you're only focusing on blood, then you can attune your amulets and amulets and talismans to only souls or only blood. So you don't have to worry about, having both of them. You can use both of them together. You can, just use one of them. It's quite nice. So the actually, that is it for the souls. Yeah, that is. I was going to say the last thing about the souls is, wait a minute, that was the last thing, the amulets and the talismans. So the blood part of that, or the red, I guess, as opposed to the nice cool blue that you see over here, the deep blood red, I guess you could say it's blood red. Okay, now as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by Mr. King Slime, who I've now killed. The blood part of this mod is, I suppose you could say, it looks slightly more evil. It's pretty much the same exact process. It just looks more evil is all. So if I spawn a pig, then I take the iron glaive, right click and hold, and kill the pig. The pig will drop blood on the ground, which I then scoop up with a blood vessel. Yay! So it's the same thing. That's the blood crucibles and the altar of blood rather than the soul crucibles and altar of souls. So you can just, you can go away now. So you can just, I guess you could not mix and match, you could trade, I suppose. They give you, the thing about the souls and the souls and the blood is they give you different effects. So it's not like, they're the exact same thing, but they're pretty similar in the end. So the thing about the blood is it uses biomass as well as blood, so it's a bit weird. So you have the blood weave cloth, which is the same thing as the soul weave cloth. You make it the same way anyway. You just stick a piece of cloth in the blood altar of blood, which actually contains more. It's 1600 rather than 800. It actually contains twice as much, which is interesting. Question mark? Not sure what the thought process of that was, but there you go. As you can see, I've been experimenting on pigs quite a bit. Oh, poor pigs. So the blood weave cloth is pretty much the same as the soul weave cloth. The blood weave stuff, when you drink blood, it will give you a damage increase and a speed increase. The damage increase is like damage 4, I think, and the speed increase is like speed 1. But it isn't a random effect. It's just damage and just speed, which, damage 4 is pretty freaking tough. Like that will make you able to catch pretty much anything. Just saying. So catch and kill, most likely. So the blood weave will allow you to do that. And then there's the biomass, which I believe is created by the biomass blocks. But the biomass suit is pretty much, I guess, the same thing as the living metal stuff. If you kill something with an iron glaive, then it will start healing. And you can make stuff out of the biomass as well. So you can make like a biomass giant sword, for example. So you can, it's pretty much, they're tradable. You can choose either blood or souls and get pretty much the same effect with most of your stuff. So the blood doesn't actually, the blood does have the talismans. It's just, you have to have nether stars and crap for the talismans, which is a little ridiculous. But so you can have the talismans with either blood or souls. Again, they're fairly interchangeable. The thing you want to do, though, in order to get biomass blocks, and the reason you want biomass blocks I'll explain in a second, but aside from the suit, of course, biomass suit, which looks really strange. It's very odd. So in order to get biomass blocks, what you have to do is you have to take a creep block. So in order to get a creep block, you have to have soul sand, and you take soul sand and you put a creep ball on soul sand. So in order to get a creep ball, you do that. But so a creep ball is craftable, but you put a creep ball on soul sand and it will actually spread. So when you put it on soul sand, the creep will spread across all the soul sand. So if you have a bunch of soul sand over here, you really only need one creep ball and it'll slowly spread like grass. So that's quite nice, but also watch out for that, because yeah, the reason you want creepy soul sand is so you can plant your germinated biomass seed, and the way you get that is by germinating a biomass seed. And the way you germinate one is you take a biomass seed and you put it into the blood, altar of blood, and you get a germinated one. And that's the only way you can actually plant them. So if I take a creep block and I place it down there, and I take my iron glaive and I do that, right click, you right click the the creep block with the iron glaive, and then you right click the creep block with a hole in it with the germinated seed, and there you go. You planted your biomass seed. So what you do is you let that grow, and eventually you'll get eyeballs. Lovely. And what you can do is actually you can take some blood and splash it on there, and it'll make it grow like 5 times faster. So what I want to do is I want to harvest some of this. Come on, allow me to harvest you. Allow me. Okay, or not. You know, whatever. Fine, be like that. So what you want to do is you want to harvest these. I'm still not quite sure how you harvest these, or if these are even in the final stages. I'm not actually quite sure. I think you take an iron glaive and you right click, maybe? I'm not quite sure. But what you do is you let these grow, and you'll gain some biomass from them. And what you do with those is you can create biomass blocks. And what these do is when you place them down, they will grow blood. So it's like having a blood farm. It's interesting. So what you do is you just take a blood vessel and you know, scoop up all the blood with that, and there you go. You got yourself some free blood without having to kill anything. So you can make like a blood farm, which is interesting. But but the thing you can do with some of the stuff you can enchant, so you can enchant your weapons to have different special enchantments on them, not just normal enchantments, special ones. And one of them is the ability to decapitate things. So you can say, you know, decapitate the Ender Dragon, because why not? So you can have, I think there's a head for pretty much every mob in the game, so you can have you'll have a random chance of decapitating whatever you killed with the enchanted weapon. So that's quite nice. And there's other enchantments as well that looked very cool. But so that's the decapitating, I suppose you could say. And now what you want to do is, for the end game of this, is you want to take the Harbinger and the Spectral Miner. And try again, words. These are mobs that will randomly spawn in the world, I assume in darkness. Now the Harbinger is something that you actually have to kill, unfortunately. Hi little guy. Hey little... Hello? Hello? Whoa. As I was saying, the Harbinger is something that you'll actually have to kill in order to take what it has. Now let's see if I can kill it. Okay, so when you kill the Harbinger, you will get his scythe. And that scythe, I believe, is not the paper scythe, one of these scythes. I can't quite remember. It's not the bone scythe, it's not the steel scythe, it's one of those scythes. So you'll get his scythe, which is basically a much more powerful scythe that, you know, has some kind of enchantment on it that allows you to get more souls and stuff like that. So it's just a more powerful version of your scythe. And obviously the scythes that you have Oh, he disappeared because it was day. Duh. So the size that you have get upgraded, obviously, by having a diamond scythe versus a iron scythe and stuff like that. So it's pretty straightforward. Diamond's better than iron, yada yada. But so his scythe is obviously the best scythe in the game. You have to kill him to do it, and he has different boss phases as well, which is kind of nice. But you'll have to experiment with that. And the spectral miner, which is this guy. Hi. Looks a bit Herobrine-ish. You can't hurt him with the iron glaive, and he also obviously puts blindness on you. You can't hurt him with the glaive. You have to hit him with the scythe. Okay. And he will spawn the ectoplasm. And these things will die because they're annoying. We need to kill this guy. Come on. Come here. Let me reap your soul. More ectoplasm. So we'll kill these guys, and then they're running away from me. Hello? Why are you doing this? Why you run? No, go. You don't do that. So he'll give you some ectoplasm, and what that does is that allows you to create spectral wool, which is awesome. This is why. It also allows you to make your soul weave stuff invisible, which is awesome. But spectral wool! I have no idea what this would be used for, but there you go. So, yay. And the last thing you can do with this mod is have a little more fun and say I want a pig as a pet, because why not? I don't want just any pig though. I want a spectral pig. What I will do is I will reap its soul. And now what I will do is I will create the Necronomicon, which is something that you'll have to create, but now right click and hold with the Necronomicon, I think it's called. But you have to create the Necronomicon from pages that you find along the world and yada yada. But I'll right click and hold with this, and I will get a spectral pig. But he's not my pet yet. What I have to do is I have to give him a creep ball. He becomes my pet. Yay! Now I have a spectral pig as a pet. Why would I have a spectral pig as a pet? I don't know. But I do. But he will very slowly die over time, unfortunately. He doesn't belong in this world. Unless I give him blood. Then he does. Or, alternatively, I can, soul sand. I can lead him over and let him stand on this platform. Pig? Hello? Come, pig. Come to me. Come on. Or don't. You can give him blood, or you can put him over onto this platform and heal as well, so that's always nice. But that is it for this mod pack and this mod, I suppose. I do hope you enjoy. Please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll leave you to decide if you want this, take it or leave it. I'll see you next time.